I was moving to Jerusalem to make peace. It was 1996, and I was living in Iowa City, Iowa, and peace was breaking out. There was going to be a new world order. Basically, I was sure everyone was going to be holding hands from Baghdad to Tel Aviv. And, the state was happening, it was going to be over, and I was desperately afraid that year that I was going to miss out. Now, I wasn't just moving, I was raised religious. I have this concept of aliyah in my head. I'm making aliyah. Literally, the root, lalot, is to go up in holiness. It's a forever thing when you move to Jerusalem. You don't come back from that. So I am going there forever. School ends 2 weeks later, I'm on a plane, I wake up in Tel Aviv, I walk into the airport and I look for the first official Jew I can find. And I say to him, where's the office for new immigrants? And he looks at me and he says, it's not too late, go back. 2 days later, I'm at this professor's house, the academics, all the brilliant lefties. And, one of the architects of the Oslo Accords is there. It's this fancy dinner, and I'm just excited. I can see it happening as she raises her glass, and I'm going to get my toast. And she says to me, welcome to the Titanic. There have been setbacks. Buses are blowing up. The prime minister has been assassinated. But all I can tell you, and I so feel this, it felt so good on the street. We'd go to East Jerusalem on Saturday to the Arab part and eat lunch, and it was just a beautiful time. And there was this neighborhood in the center of town, all twisty alleyways and houses piled on top of each other. And we're all living in a pile. There's like the artists and the freaks and the stone messianists, and everything's happening. So much good stuff is going on, and we're all so poor and living in this crazy place. Literally, my house is patched with tin and chicken wire, and when it rains, my roommate and I would sit there and just watch the water pour off, and it would pour in under the doors, and like a horror movie, just water would run black down the walls. Being in the heart of the city, we also have the open air market. If you need a cucumber, you go get a cucumber. You need a tomato, you go get a tomato. That's such a nice way to live. And I'm in the market with my Israeli girlfriend, and my buddy Mike's in from Haifa, and we're shopping, and it's a Friday, and it's always a beautiful day. And then there is a low boom and another low boom, and we absorb it, and the market has just blown up. And I'm thinking, I want to freak out. And my girlfriend says, she's going to make a man out of me. This is it. When your number's up, your number's up. Those are the rules of Jerusalem. If you're close enough to claim it, you're dead. And that's how we're going to do it. Now, I'm a coward. Why aren't I afraid? And also because at this time, I'm an idealist, and I honestly believe you have to be willing to die for something. We're making peace, and there is a cost, and there are enemies, and I was really ready to die for that. Not long after, I'm sitting in my cafe writing, downtown, and I'm thinking I'm going to walk home, and I decide to just do another few more lines of writing, and I sit for a minute, and then it comes again, the giant boom. This is not the first bombing now, this is the second. So there's a second blast and a third, and it is the worst thing I have ever heard in my life. You are listening to people get dead. It is a horror. So I walk up to that corner, and I make my first non-Jerusalemite decision. I think I don't need these memories, I don't need to see this. And I take another block and walk home.